Good morning, everyone. So, in first PUC, we were in bridge course. We have started from the beginning parts, how to write all those things are over. We have seen present tense verbs also. Today, let us go for some important usages because when I know that only some of you have learned little bit of Sanskrit till 10th grade, and most of you are like completely new to this subject. See, when you're learning a subject, when you're learning a language, that moment you need to have a basic understanding at least about the language, like how to write or how to read at least, because 11th grade, I mean first PU, is not a small age. That's the reason if you are not having a basic for a language, it would be difficult to understand the chapters. That is the reason I'm providing these kind of classes for you. Once we finish these classes, let us move on to the textbook classes. As I said you all these things in the beginning only, but also in between I'm reminding once. Okay, so today we are going to see some main words or nouns. Main means what main could be there, because you need to know everything, so everything is main only. So main, which means I can say in this way, like basic words which will be quite easier to write, quite easier to pronounce them. In that way, some of those kind of words I'm going to show you today. And nouns, words. Normally words will be nouns, otherwise pronouns. So these two things will be discussed. And then Prathama Vibhakti. In the second video, if you see second video once again, you will get to know what are those vibhaktis, the cases I was explaining, right? So first, second, third, in that way there are 7 vibhaktis, as I said. So in detail we are seeing first Prathama Vibhakti and second one Dvitiya Vibhakti. These two vibhaktis will be discussed in this class. And then some important verbs, which means every day you are doing some work, right? Morning after getting up till you are going to sleep till night, in this time you are going to do one or the other activity, maybe brushing, taking bath, then whatever, studying, writing, reading, or eating food, drinking water. In that way you are going to do many activities, right? So how to say those action words is also an important job. That's the reason I'm going to see or show these verbs today, important verbs, and then usages. After learning verbs, nouns, pronouns and all, if it's only there on the book, you don't learn anything. So you cannot learn also. That's the reason when you understand the usage, when you put all these words or verbs into your action, start applying them, that moment you can understand, oh, this is how I need to frame a sentence. If I frame a sentence in this way, it will go wrong, so I should not use in this way. So all these things will come to your mind automatically. That's the reason we are going to see application part also in this today's class. Okay, now some nouns. So for nouns I have selected just some important one, like which will be like familiar for us. For example, Kukkutaha. Can you see, this is Kukkutaha, which means, I don't tell which means. Okay, you need to find out what is that. Nouns, I have written nouns only here because all these words, whatever I have segregated over here, they are all will be there under noun section itself. Okay, if you see these pictures, all of them, you will remember something. Okay, every day you are using all these stickers or these emojis. Okay, so that is how you can understand which emoji is that. So Kukkutaha. So by that, when when you are seeing the lesson, that time only just identify the gender. Okay, linga, I'll write linga here. Identify the linga of every word. Then it will be, this is application part. You are not just listening and just making some notes. Just identify which linga can be a particular word. Shrigalaha, which linga it should be. In that way you find out. Okay, then Ashvaha, Dhenuhu, Shunakaha, Varahaha, Shrigalaha, Shashaha, Kurmaha, Mandukaha, Shavakaha, Mushakaha, Marjalaha. These many words I have written, and I have repeated one or two animals over there. Okay, because you need not to find anything like continuously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, not in that way. All of them are mixed up. So need to find out which picture can match the word over here. That's how you need to find out. It's very easier. Okay, then some more of them are there. Ushtraha, Vyagraha, Upavyagraha, Vanaraha, Pikaha, Sarpaha, Bhallukaha, and Gajaha. See, when you are applying these words, I don't say it's animals or birds, just I'll take word. Okay, for example, Vanaraha Gacchati. For example, Pikaha Kujati, Sarpaha Dhavati. Okay, whatever. Gajaha Chalati. In that way, you can make a sentence also here only. That is how you need to use these words in your sentences. Okay. Next, we are going to some important verbs, as I said. Hasati, which means you know what this emoji is saying. Then Nindati, you know. Bhramati, okay. Chintayati, Kupyati, Swapiti, Kshamam Yachate. Then Vismayo Bhavati or Nirnimesham Pashyati, Dhyayati, Pashyati, Vadati, Likhati, Pranamati, Nirdishati. Okay, so these are all the verbs. Now you can go back. For example, you can take a word from here. For example, I'll take Gajaha first. Gajaha Bhramati. We can do like that. For example, let us take Vanaraha Chintayati or Vanaraha Kupyati. So words are there in the previous slides, and in the next, in this slide you are having verbs. So you can put those words as subjects and you can add these verbs as action word. That is how you can construct or frame some sentences. Okay, then next point is this pronoun. It's quite important part over here. What is this? I am talking about Pullinga now. Okay, see here, one word you are seeing Saha, and second one is Te. Let us see the difference between them. Saha, which means he. Te, which means they. Okay, he alone, only one person, one boy is standing there. Not I can say one boy, okay, because male, it's masculine gender. Okay, so only one. So Saha, I can say Saha Balakaha, he is a boy. Then if I see this picture, then Te Balakaha, because Balakaha is in singular and Balakaha will be in plural. So Saha Balakaha and Te Balakaha. See, here also some of them are there. Why I am showing here and I am saying Saha and Te? I could say here also, no, only one is there. Why I cannot say Saha word to this picture is important. See, because let us think, this boy is the person, one who is making the sentence, or let us think I am this boy. Okay, Aham Ramaha, I am saying Aham, which means I am, you know that one. Aham Ramaha, I am saying that I am Rama, and I myself saying Aham Ramaha Saha Balakaha Te Balakaha, which means you need to know that here Aham to Esha, which means how far the distance between these two, Saha and one more word, what is this? Eshaha, two words are there, like Saha and Eshaha. This boy is near to me and this boy is away from me. So even if Saha and Eshaha, both words are giving the same meaning as he, depending on how far the boy is, depending on that, I need to say that saha and eshaha. If a boy or if a masculine gender person is away from me or far, then I should use saha. If the person is near to me, then I should use this word eshaha. So this is how we need to use saha and eshaha, two words, eshaha and saha. We are finding this one. And one more thing, and even a girl is saying this one. Let us think, I am Sita. Okay, so when a girl is also saying, she is a girl, she is in feminine gender, but she is indicating a boy or many boys, whatever. So she is indicating a masculine gender person. That's the reason she also will say this boy saha only, and here eshaha only. Why? Because he is near to her. So saha is far and eshaha is near. Second point, point number 2, te and ete. So which means they again, he is a boy, they are boys. In that way, let us take. Again, we are saying the same way. How far these boys, how far they are from me, how far they are? They are near to me. Comparing with this boy, this group. If I compare these two groups, group number 1, group number 2. First group is very close to me comparing to the second group, right? First group is near to me comparing to the second group. Then I should call this nearest group as ete, nearest group as ete, and away, quite away, they are not so close to me, they are quite far away from me. Then I should call them as te. So which means te balakaha, ete balakaha. Okay, so I'll write in this way. This is in these two are in singular and these two are in plural. Okay, so singular, saha balakaha, away from me, saha balakaha, away from me, and eshaha balakaha, near to me, and te balakaha, away from me, and ete balakaha, near to me. This is how I need to use these pronouns, saha, te, eshaha, ete. Only in pullinga in this way. Saha, he will be in pullinga in this way. Then how it will go in strilinga? Let us see that part also. Yes, same way, the concept is same, but the using words are different. Let us see that one now. Now I am going to take again two words, near one and close one. See again, who is the person? One is Sita, one is Rama. In the previous one also these both. Here also those two, one boy and a girl, they are discussing, right? So he is saying or she is saying, I am Rama or I am Sita, and this girl she is very close to me. I mean, she is standing very near to me. In that way, when I compare with this girl, these both girls, if I compare these both, she is very near to me comparing with this girl. That's the reason I call this girl as Esha, and I will call this girl as Sa. Okay, meaning is she, that's all, she is the meaning, but depending on how far they are, depending on that I will call Esha and Sa when that is to in singular. If there are more, then I need to call a group of girls, let us take, then they are, I need to say in English they itself, they only the word for girls also. So I should say again, comparingly, which group is near to me? Group number 1, group number 2. So first group is very near to me, so I should call this first group as etaha because they are close to me, and second group as taha, they are away from me comparing with first and second group. This is in plural, you know that one. Okay, this is how these many together you have learned 8 pronouns now. In pullinga, okay, fine, this is in strilinga, feminine gender. You should not use, for example, by saying sa Ramaha is wrong. Why? Because Ramaha is in pullinga. You are using a strilinga word. You are saying, if I translate this sentence in English, what will happen? She is Rama, it will become like that. But you need to say Saha Ramaha. Okay, this is the proper usage. So in pullinga, Saha and Te for far, and then for nearest, Eshaha and Ete, it's for nearest. Then in strilinga, Sa and Taha for far, and Esha, Etaha will be for nearest. In that way, we are using these 4 pronouns for pullinga as well as 4 pronouns for strilinga. This is how we need to use all of these 8 pronouns. Of course, whenever you, if let us think you are using a verb, let us think. I'll write in this way. Sa is there. According this girl, Sa Khadati. I don't know her name. That's the reason I'm saying that Sa Khadati, she is eating. Or else Esha Pibati. So whichever the way I can use, but the verb is same. Even if you are using Sita instead of Sa, if you are using Sita, then also Khadati, only the verb. Why? Because just we are changing word normal noun to pronoun. That's all the difference we are making. Other than that, everything is same. Okay. Next point, sentence drill. Let us say some sentences over here by using Saha or whatever the words. Here in the first example, I'm saying Saha Gachati. Let us think. One boy out of these 3, one boy is moving away. Then I am saying Saha Gachati. He is going. Saha Gachati. Then let us think in this group, one of the girls will go and drink something. I'll say Sita Pibati. One of these trees are growing up. Then I can say Vrikshaha Vardhate. Growing up is called Vardhate. Vrikshaha Vardhate. If at all I need to say all of these things in plural form, then Te. See, Saha was here. Now Te. Te. Who are they? Balakaha. Te Balakaha. What are they doing? Te Balakaha Khadanti. Can you see the difference here? Anti, Ti. You need to remember now. Ti, Anti. The suffixes, when you have learnt present tense verbs, that moment you have learnt which suffix should be added at the end of a verb to create a present verb or present action word. So that is how Gachati would be Gachanti. If if let us think first one boy is going, Saha Gachati. All of them are moving, then Te Gachanti. All of them are eating, then Te Khadanti. Then once again, Sita Pibati, I said. See, Pibati, one girl. Then Etaha, because it's in plural. So Etaha, all of them are drinking something. Then drinking water, drinking milk, whatever. Etaha Pibanti. Okay, Etaha Pibanti. That's how I'll use them. Ete Gachanti. Once again, see, Gachati, Gachanti. Why? Because again it has become plural, because boys. Can you remember? Saha, Te, Eshaha, Ete for boys. Sa, Taha, Esha, Etaha for girls. Now, next point is that here see Vrikshaha Vardhate. I was telling about a single tree. Now I am going to say that all trees, all of them are growing up. So Vrikshaha. Can you remember the beginning table in the first class? I said, I think, I have given some tables for you to practice. So Vrikshaha, if I say, it's singular. If I say Vrikshaha, it will become plural. That is how the singular and plural will be used in a sentence. So Vrikshaha Vardhante. Trees will growing up. All of them are getting, growing up in that way. So this is how we need to use all these singular plural words, or nouns or pronouns or whichever the words, and as well as the verb usage should be in this way. We'll see the next usages.